Recording underway. Welcome everybody to our Lead Gen AI 2.0. I can't believe I'm saying 2.0 already, Amir. We
This
launched
early.
this version of Pipeline Pro technology in April, I want to say, of 2024. I'm on with Walt, who's our lead technician on Lead Gen AI side of things. You probably know his voice from the land down under. He's on our last demo. Amir, you guys all know, who trains every single week, every single Wednesday live on our mastermind trainings. But we wanted to give all of you, as we get into the second half of 2024 here, a look inside the Lead Gen AI sales system, now updated. We call it a 2.0, a 2.0 peak right now because there's now multiple different search categories. And as we all know, AI is moving fast. And the AI tools that we're seeing essentially take over the world are now being made more and more available to small and medium-sized business owners. And that's what we're going to talk about here tonight. But before we do, I want to talk about the three pillars of lead generation, which I think will set the stage for the next 30 minutes or so. So Amir, thanks for jumping on. Walt,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna jump over to you here shortly. But what I wanted to do is just get this in front of everybody. We did this on a podcast recently, guys. Let me know you can see this. Okay, I don't know if
We can.
I'm gonna expand, but I want to make sure that the and you can let us know in the chat. I want to make sure that this doesn't block everybody out here. Sometimes those funny Zoom heads are showing up. So I think what I'll do is I'll stop video. I think probably that would be better, right? If I stop video, but still
Let's
can
do
show
that.
my
Yep.
screen. Let's try that. Amir, let me know how you can see that on the
I
device.
can see that perfectly.
Q&A, everybody can see us. Okay, all good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Okay, good. So if you just jumped on again, welcome to the Lead Gen AI sales system. Again, a 2.0, we launched this service early in the year. We have lots of Pipeline Pro customers, even non-customers now coming on to the Lead Gen AI sales system, really for one main reason, because they want to know how to get quality leads, but it isn't just leads, it's decision makers. And because of the way the technology is structured, it isn't just about getting leads and hoping for the best like lead brokers sell you. It's about getting to decision makers because you have access to such valuable data about those decision makers. And the more data you have, the more intelligent your outreach will be. So I want to talk quickly before we dive in about what I call the three pillars of lead generation. And we did a full podcast on this last week, and it was really, really well received because these are the only three buckets you can essentially live in. And everybody lives in the organic bucket by default, right? When you open a business, you have some organic customers that will find you. You have a warm market, you have referrals, you have a website. Not a whole lot can happen from there. You might make some sales and create some relationships, but really where things heat up is when you get into paid media and cold outreach. And one is a costly endeavor and one is a timely endeavor, right? So paid media will cost money to be on TV, radio, internet. That's Facebook ads, Google ads, TV commercials. Um, Radio, right? We're talking right now to Sirius satellite radio, which is very popular when people are driving in their car right now, streaming, right? That's paid media. Really doesn't matter if it's internet, TV, or radio. Paid media is paid media. And then the third component, which we're going to focus on here today, is cold outreach. And cold outreach means you have access to information about decision makers, as mentioned, and you reach out to them cold, normally via email, but also via social media. Private messenger is big today as well. So cold outreach today is an area that most businesses don't spend time on, but it's an area now that because of all the AI tools and because of all the technology we have to find data, more so today than ever, cold outreach is becoming the most dominant player in all of the lead generation space because it's not very expensive. It's just time consuming. Paid media is very expensive and it can be time consuming. We're not saying don't do it. I think every good business has a place in all three. We as a company, Pipeline Pro, have a great organic presence. We have a great paid media presence. We're doing cold outreach right here through the Lead Gen AI sales system. So we have that balanced portfolio approach. And that's really what we want to get at here today is, do you have a balanced portfolio approach as a business? But the focal point of today absolutely will be cold outreach. And we've now really perfected this model. The beautiful thing is within Pipeline Pro technology. The key here is that we don't have to go somewhere else and pull down data and then figure out how to get the data into a CRM and then figure out how to communicate with the CRM. That now is all in one ecosystem, which is really what we've been about since day one. Now an Inc. 5000 company here in 2024 is how can we get all the best technology all in one place for a fraction of the cost so our members can have incredible efficiency at the lowest possible price. And now with the edition of lead gen as of early 2024, and now a new iteration of lead gen AI in 2024. This is going to be very exciting for a lot of you, and we're going to do a little demo here on all the different search categories that you have access to. Walt, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump it over to having you open up lead gen AI on your end, hand you control. Then I'll come back and talk about all the different ways that we at Pipeline Pro can help you do this through various training platforms. We're doing a lot of training on lead gen AI as we speak. So training week in, week out, private members area for all of our users of lead gen AI. And then, of course, the lead gen AI piece itself, which I'll have Walt go through tech-wise, I think will be very key for you guys to see this tool in action. I think many have seen it, but many have not as well. And I would say, guys, just since April, there's probably 3 to 5 new additions to the lead gen AI system that Walt, I'm going to have you guys show. So I'm going to come back on video here, guys, and I'm going to hand it over to Walt. I'll come back at the end, like I said, and talk about all the different ways we can help you. You can certainly do all this yourself. You now have access to everything in Pipeline Pro, which we'll talk about. But now we have some next level services where a lot of business owners are saying, hey, what if I want to have somebody come in and pull down thousands of leads for me, right? That would be key, right? What if I want to get in there and do 20,000 leads a month or 2,000 leads a month, right? Depending on where your business is. That's really where we want to show you the details here tonight. Amir, you're having trouble. Do I need to get you on as a co-host? How's
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
I blocked you out from video. You're good now. So Walt, welcome. I know some don't know you. Great to have you. You guys are
Thank you,
the
man.
architects behind the lead gen AI tech in Pipeline Pro.
Yeah, great to see you. Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for jumping on and amazing to come in and have a chat. Thank you, Andrew. Amir, great to see you, man, again. So guys, my role within the Pipeline Pro team is literally the back of house. I'm the tech guy. I'm driving the dev team to make sure that we're keeping everything update here with the lead gen AI system specifically. And we've got some really, really exciting things to cover with you. So as we know, AI is just completely dominating, and we are so thrilled to be building more and more and more AI into the lead gen AI system for you guys. So as Andrew said, even just since April, since our release, we've got some really great things coming. And just buckle in because the last part of this year is going to be even more ballistic for you with the lead gen AI system. So as Andrew said, we've been talking a lot about the pillars of lead generation. And I've said to Andrew before, it always causes a chuckle. I've seen many businesses go broke, but not one of them because they've got too many customers. So what you need to do is make sure you've got all of those pillars covered. And cold outreach is, or just business outreach is the scalable, duplicatable, low cost, high impact methodology that you can do. And bringing all of the functionality into the lead gen AI system means that you can really do that incredible pillar with some technology behind you that makes things
Mm-hmm.
10,000 times easier. So for those of you who haven't seen the lead gen AI system within Pipeline Pro, where have you been? What are you doing? This is the latest, I guess, fire that you're going to be able to put into your business. And we're so thrilled to be able to bring this to you. So, Andrew, just in about 10 minutes, guys, there's some really great things that I want to show you. We started with just 2 different methods of search. We've now have 4. We've got our 5th one coming. So I'm going to show you the influencer search. It will blow you away. And we'll talk about if you're doing outreach. If you can reach one person, that's great. If you can reach one company, that's great. If you can reach one person who has 1 million followers in your niche and industry, then just hold on because that's where the real magic can
That's
take
right.
over. So
And Walt, I want to point out that right now, Walt is inside of Pipeline Pro Tech. So at the bottom left, where it says Lead Gen AI Sales System, everybody has access to that. It will open up if you don't have Lead Gen AI Sales System added to Pipeline Pro. You'll probably see a page that
yeah,
says, go here to learn more. I'm thinking probably
no,
to
it,
this
it will
webinar.
show. Yeah, exactly. This webinar.
To this webinar. And if you do have it, obviously you'll be seeing these 5 categories that Walt is in. But again, really important to point out, I'm going to say it probably a couple times here tonight, is that because it's built into Pipeline Pro CRM, at this point, I don't know of any other lead generation company that has built it into the CRM. Because it's built on the CRM, you have the ability to bring your leads directly into your contact manager with 2 clicks of a mouse into a pipeline, into a workflow, into an autoresponder, and be sending out emails, texts, or even direct messages on social within minutes. That is the key. Every system I've ever seen, again, Amir, you and I talk about this until we're blue in the
Yep.
face,
Yeah.
is spreadsheet, download the file, CSV. Okay, now what? Am I going to upload this cold data into a
Hmm.
CRM and get in a lot of trouble and not be able to email them? What domain am I doing that from? Am I able to reach out? How do I get the email address in? It's a mess. This is all built on Pipeline Pro Tech specifically for the reason that it will not be a mess and it will all be in
Yeah.
one place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, Andrew, like as we talk about outreach, email is just one engine out of many. There's so many different ways. And we'll show you in just a moment how the lead gen AI system makes it possible for you to not just send an email to that ideal client. So
Hmm.
you're reaching out to somebody who's ideal, but you can then send them a DM on LinkedIn. You can reach them on Instagram. You can even comment on their YouTube feed or on their Facebook page straight from the lead gen AI dashboard. So we're going to cover that for you guys. Let me kick off. It would be great to hear from you guys what kinds of businesses you're in, what kind of service you provide. That way I can kind of tailor this a little bit, but I'll fly through reasonably generic. So whenever I'm showing something here, I want you to think about how can I use this in my business? Where can I do this for my clients? How can I make this a bigger thing for me? So I'm going to start off with a little B2B search here. And this is kind of where we became famous, I guess, with our B2B search. So if the way the B2B, the industry search works is I'm looking for a vertical, I'm looking for a niche. So I might say, I constantly ask clients what kind of, who's your ideal client? And they'll say to me, everybody. And I'm like, no,
Hmm.
let's see if we can get a little bit more specific. So my question might be, who was your last client? Who have you worked with so far? Do you work with business coaches? Do you work with mortgage brokers? As Hunter's just popped in there, thank you. Flight schools, amazing. So who is your ideal client? So let's start there, and we'll thank you, Hunter. I'm going to kick that off with mortgage brokers. So we might say, okay, I'm looking for mortgage brokers. And I can be local here. I can say, okay, let me find all the mortgage brokers in Chicago as an example. Say, okay, cool. Let's find all the mortgage brokers in Chicago, and I'll just do this really quickly because you guys have probably seen this part of it,
Yep.
but just to show you what's coming through. So we want to find a particular vertical. I'm looking for realtors. I'm looking for mortgage brokers. I'm looking for flight schools. I'm looking for whatever it might be there. And then once you bring this data in, you can go as narrow or as broad as you want to go with the lead gen AI system. Okay, so at the moment you can see that we've dialed right into that central Chicago area, but you might say, you know what, I want to get a little bit more specific. Let me come out to one location here. I'm driving. I've got an appointment here this afternoon. Let me see if I can get a few more people that I can speak to while I'm out and about. So you can get really narrow, or you can go very broad with the system. And the lead gen AI system, we bring in a lot of data. This data that we're starting with, we have the company name, we have their reputation, we've got their website, we've got their phone number, we've got their location. None of that is magical so far. In fact, we start with Google. If you went to Google, you could probably do that search. You could copy and paste if you had, as Andrew said, hours of time. You could put it into a spreadsheet. Nothing magic there. The magic, though, is happening in the background with our lead gen AI system. When you go to see that data, we've now added this all to a list. I want to show you something really cool. So let's start with the fact that we can do employee count. All right. So if I'm going to be reaching out to people, I want to make sure I'm reaching out to the right business size. Do you do best in companies up to 10 employees? Are you kind of servicing the Fortune 500? So you've got an employee count now coming into the business. We've got all of their socials. And that's what I was saying just a moment ago. If you're looking at this company and thinking, this is my ideal customer, I can literally send them a DM on Facebook or Instagram right now, straight from my lead gen AI dashboard. Okay. So multiple ways that I can reach out to people. So I've got all this social media coming in, and you can see this enrichment of this data as it's happening. And of course, all of the email addresses of the people that we're talking to. So I can start to see who they are, first name, last name, if it's available. If we've got cell phones, we'll find them. Some of the different data, you'll find different information coming through. So here I can even see we've got the positions of these people in the company. If the data is there to be found, we find it. So all of that data is coming back in. We might say, okay, these guys, looks like an ideal client. We can see that we've got all of their social information. We've got their website details. We've got all of their emails. And I think to myself, you know what? I've got Dan right here. So Dan is the CEO, chairman and CEO of this particular company who've got 187 employees. I think to myself, you know what? Dan's my client. I really want to reach out to Dan. And here's where we start to get very, very cool with our AI inside of the lead gen AI system. Okay. So now I'm going to reach out to Dan. I'm thinking, great client, great contact. Let me see if I can maybe do a little bit more research before I reach out. So it makes it look like I'm speaking to Dan on a personal level. And I'm just going to click a button here. I want to find out more about this company. So I can click a button and I can say, go and actually do some research. And this is where you're using the AI, the power of AI, to do an hour's worth of data and analysis in one click. Okay, so this is really cool. It's going to go out and it's going to do an analysis of this particular program, of this business, and it's going to come back to me with some suggestions. The company provides service related to home financing. They do this, this, and this. They boast winning many prestigious awards, such as the top 100 mortgage companies in America, 50 best companies to work for. One of their success stories involves this kind of thing. Now, I've got some demo data in here. I've called my own business Better Business Coaching. So I can say, now tell me how Better Business Coaching could help this company. They could be instrumental in refining their client identification process. We could do this, this, and this for them. So not only have I found out about the company, but I've also said, now kind of give me an idea of how this company and my business could work together. And AI has done that for us in seconds. And what's really amazing here is that information is now automatically synced into your Pipeline Pro account. So now I've found my ideal clients. Now I just did one, but I can do 100 at a time. And I can let AI do that 100 at a time. And it all goes into my Pipeline Pro system. So when I'm reaching out on an email or using AI conversational chat or any of the methods that I want to reach out with, all of that data about that company is already in my CRM. So I can reference it immediately. Okay, so I've got all of this information I can see, and I can say, hey, notice that you won this particular award. It's not just a blind outreach. I'm being personal and specific, and I'm talking to my ideal client. So we can do all kinds of cool things with our AI that's built in. I could even, all right, I want to send these guys a DM. Cool. Write me a little personalized DM. I want to send it right now. So I'm going to send a little DM out there to our to Dan, who's the CEO of our Compass Mortgage broker, and AI will write a nice little personalized DM. Hey, Compass Mortgage, I'm impressed by your long history, tailored mortgage solutions. My team offers business coaching, which could further enhance your strategies. Let's chat. All right, just a nice little personalized DM that can go out. I can write subject lines and emails. I can come in here and create personalized introductions that can be inserted into my outbound marketing. So guys, just let me know. Already, we've only covered one area, and this is not the new stuff in our lead gen AI system. This is just what we have built our
The
solid
traditional
foundation on.
B2B searches.
Great. So, guys, let me know. Is that cool?
Walt, can you do one thing just without getting into too much detail? It's amazing. I really want to stress to the Pipeline Pro users how easy it is to get. Let's just say you were going to pull that data into Pipeline Pro. When we say your
Yeah, sure.
CRM, we need Pipeline Pro. Couple clicks of the mouse
See,
is
that's
pretty much
that's
all
what
it takes. I
separates.
just lost your screen
Absolutely.
share.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did because I've got my updated platform on here. So I've got the one that you guys haven't seen yet, but I just want
Okay.
to make sure that I've got that connection live because I just uploaded it with my latest stuff this morning. So I'll just make sure that that connection's live, and then it's a one click push that across to our Pipeline Pro
Okay.
systems. Give me 30 seconds and we'll get that done. And away we go. Actually, I might leave Amir to show that one because I've got this
Sure.
got the newest system in there. So yeah, it's a one click, guys. You'll notice up in the top right hand corner. So actually, let me come in here. I can show you guys. I just didn't want to kind of give away the secret sauce. I show you guys. When you come into the integrations area up here, you've got the under your name integrations. You'll come across Pipeline Pros right here, and you'll literally just connect to your sub account just like that. And then once you've got your leads, it is simply a matter of grabbing the ones that you want. You've done your research, you've got the people that you want. You go grab all these guys, click, and one click send to CRM.
Yep.
Bang, done. And it's
Beautiful.
straight away in your
And again,
contact.
guys, when we say click to CRM, this is going into Pipeline Pro's contact manager. Boom, done. Amir,
Instantly.
feel free to comment on that because I know you do a lot of that logic behind the scenes.
Absolutely, Andrew. And it's as simple as that, as you guys have just mentioned. Once your lead gen AI is accessed over here, once you do the searches, one click of a
Yep.
button, all data is being pulled into
All
your
that
contact
straight in.
manager. Exactly.
And it's seamless. All of that extra data is in the background. There's so much data here, like their Facebook profile and their Twitter link and their YouTube account and their LinkedIn profile. All of that's in your CRM as well. So now we teach this multi-step outreach approach. If you wanted to contact somebody on LinkedIn and you can just move them across on an opportunity flow in our pipeline area, you're just literally moving. I send an email, I send a DM, I send an Instagram.
Keeping track of the communication. Exactly. That's your pipeline tracking, everybody. Obviously, the core of Pipeline Pro is pipelines. Yes, everything goes into a pipeline. We teach and train on this quite a bit.
And as we say, like the fortune's in the follow-up, right? So you've done that outreach, and then it's that follow-up, it's that second contact. I love the approach, Andrew, where we say, we send an email and then we're actually reaching out on Instagram or LinkedIn, and we're saying, hey, Graham, I sent you an email, just double checking that was received okay, right? So then it's like the Instagram DM is contacting them saying, hey, go and look at your email inbox, make sure that you're getting back to us. So one click straight into the Pipeline Pro system, all that follow-up. I've got a couple of great questions there about B2C. Now, guys, we've done a specific training on how to use this for B2C, but just as a really quick overview, right? So because the Pipeline the lead gen system, lead gen AI with Pipeline Pro is predominantly B2B, what we need to do is use B2B strategies to grow your B2C business. Let me see if I can explain that a little bit better. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why to do this, guys. So like ears on just for a second. If I'm a realtor, right? And my job is to find homes for sale in this local area and people who want to move into this local area, I am definitely B2C. I'm looking for a homeowner. I'm looking for a parent. I'm looking for a family, right? I'm looking B2C. But here's the challenge. If I use a tool like this and I find Mrs. Smith's phone number and name, and she lives at 36 Johnson Street down the road, right? If I use a tool like this and I reach out to Mrs. Smith, suddenly I'm in a really gray area with privacy. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but every time my phone buzzes with the latest political text message or something like that, it's uncomfortable. And there's a lot of legal things protecting consumers' privacy, and that's great. So hang on a second. Then how can we use this tool? We've done this so successfully. I want to tell you a couple of quick stories. And again, we've got the training. I'll be conscious of our time this morning. We've done this so successfully with B2C that we've got these strategies nailed down. And again, they're in our channel. You can go and check them out. But for example, for that realtor, we say, okay, Mr. Realtor, to use this system to find people's data who live around the area is really tough, and I would really recommend that you don't do it. Now, you guys, you need to stay compliant with your outreach and all of the laws that are out there. But here's, again, this is not legal advice. Here's the rule. If you're reaching out on a business level with a business proposition to an email address that's publicly available, then you're safe, right? So a company can't put up their email address and then persecute you for emailing them. It doesn't work like that. Again, there's laws like in Canada and California that are really strict. You guys need to know how that works. But on a whole, if I reach out to a business with a business proposition to an email address that they've made public, we're good. And the lead gen AI system makes it very, very clear where that email address came from. So we have what we call the transparency button. If I've got my company here and I want to know, I think we had Dan, all right? So Dan Graham at comport.com. I can show you exactly by clicking on this transparency button, I can show you exactly where that email address came from. So if I'm talking to Dan and Dan says, where did you get my email? I can literally click a button. I can open this up and it'll show me the actual website where I can get that from. So as I'm hovering over it, showing in the left there, comport.com, loan officers listing Ryan Graham. All right. This one, listing Dan Crum. All right. So it's literally bringing up the website, the exact location, there it is right there, where I can find that person's email address. So that's a publicly available email record that I'm approaching on a business level. So how do we do this as a realtor? Say, okay, cool. What we do is we create strategic partnerships for our clients. How does that work? If I'm a realtor, the person that's going to send me the most amount of business are mortgage brokers, accountants and investment houses. So people who are already working in that space are the ones that are going to send me business. And here's a cool thing. Who else is going to send me business in the local area? What about all the local schools? What about all the local sporting clubs? What about all of the local gyms association, martial arts studios? Why would they send me business? Here's why. Because I reach out to a local school and I say, hey, I'm Dan Graham from Comport Mortgages, and I'm local just like you. And I want to look after this local community. So if you would like to let your people know that we've got a special deal, I'll save them $500 a month off their mortgage just because they go to your school. And by the way, here's a great banner that you can pop onto your newsletter, and I'll make sure that we donate $1,000 a year to your school or whatever it might be. So we use B2B tools. And here's the point, you guys, hunters, specifically for you. Here's the point. I use a B2B tool and I think to myself, who already has my clients on their database? Who already has my clients? If I'm a realtor, every business in the area has my clients on the database. The local florist, the local mechanic, the local childcare agency, all work locally. And if I can create those relationships, they'll feed me forever. Okay. So there we go. There's a whole bunch of stories there. And again, guys, we've got heaps and heaps of training on there. One of my favorites was in reverse of that. We had a private school who were looking to add more students into their enrollment. And they said to us, how do we bring in students? And I said, okay, the best thing you can do is put on like an Olympiad, invite the best students from the local area to come and compete. The winner gets a scholarship. Now, what else happens? You get 150 kids from the local area coming and competing for this thing. How do we get the kids? We reach out to the martial arts studios, the gyms, the sporting clubs, the football associations, the baseball clubs. And we say, if you let your kids know that we've got the Olympiad this weekend, we'll put sponsored by ABC Football on our pamphlets when we're giving them out to the parents. So you get to be in front of 150 kids in the local area advertising your football club. So doing all of this in reverse, being able to create these relationships means I can not just send one email and get one client. I can send one email and get their database. Mm. It's so powerful, you guys. And that give you a real leverage about how you can do that. Okay, cool. Again, conscious of time, I'm going to jump back in, but hopefully that makes sense. Hunter said that was good. So cool. Guys, jump in, ask questions. I'm happy to help any way I can. All right. So, we did a company search. We showed you how we can do that. Now let's have a look at our people search. There's been some really amazing updates in this area as well. So now in a B2C environment, the people search actually comes into play really well because now I can reach an individual. I still want to reach them on a business level, important, but I can reach out to individuals. And let me show you how that works. So in the company search, I looked for industries. Find me mortgage brokers, find me realtors, find me business coaches, find me insurance agents, what it might be. In the people search, I'm looking for the individuals at that company. So now, no matter what your business is, you might think, okay, I need to speak to the decision maker. I want to speak to the director. I want to speak to the CEO. Or maybe you're talking to the sales manager, something like that. So I can come in here and say, okay, find me everybody who is the CEO. And again, I can be local or broad. So I can say, find me everybody in a specific location. I just use Chicago because it's a 6-letter word and it's easy for Australians to spell. But now this is where we get really funky with our lead gen AI system, okay? In our advanced filters, check out what we've added here. So now I can filter by job title. Find me just the CEOs. Find me just the presidents, just the directors. Find me everybody who's at a founder level or a director level. Find me everybody who has particular years of experience. Why would that be important? If you're an insurance agent, you want people that have been there for 10 plus years because they're the high net worth, etc. What about find me companies that have got a specific employee count. So now I want CEOs of a construction industry with 30 or more employees that do at least X in revenue. Okay. So now I can really pinpoint the people I want to speak to. And once you've got that going on, let's drop some results in here. Once you've got that in, now we're starting to get these straight in, okay? So we've got the CEO of Kellogg's, we've got the CEO of Summit USA. What have we got here? A whole bunch of incredibly powerful people. And I can say, okay, great. Go out and do a little bit more on this. Find out, go out to their LinkedIn profile. Now we can start to really see if they're the right people. Sorry, say again.
I was agreeing. I was loving the LinkedIn piece because I know that a lot of business owners are very, very focused on LinkedIn from a lead generation standpoint. There's a lot of manual work and they're buying services that just do LinkedIn. Really important to point out here that LinkedIn is a piece of a huge puzzle here, not the only piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. Yep.
Phone number, email, LinkedIn, social media properties, employees, teams.
So many
All in
ways.
lead
It's
gen
like,
AI, not just a
it's,
category, but categories,
I always say
portfolio.
to people, if you're fishing, do you want to throw out one line or do you want to go with a net? You want to go with a drag
You want to
net?
have one rod in the water, or do you want to have four rods surrounding the boat, right?
You got it. Exactly. And that's what this is all about. So, guys, what I've just said is, hey, okay, these guys all look great. Go and get me some more data. That's where our key is, right? Go and get me that research data. So now let's have a look at what kind of information we're getting here, not just the email addresses, but if I click over here, we're starting to see multiple email addresses. Okay. So now I've got multiple ways of coming through with them. Let's see if I've got a few more coming through here. We can start to see the real enriched data here. Here we go. Let's see if we can find some information. So I've got the
Hmm.
skills, the education history. I've got how long they've been and what other
Wow.
jobs they've been working on. So now I've got multiple enriched data behind the scenes here. And that brings me to our next module. And this is the new release in our Lead Gen AI system, guys. And this is going to blow you away. We have long been fans of finding influencers. And what we used to teach was go into the people search and do this kind of search. Find me everybody who's a podcast host. All right. Because I want to get some exposure. Okay. Find me everybody who's a podcast host in New York. Cool. Filter by fitness, whatever it might be. So I might say, okay, this is how we used to do it. We used to be able to say, cool, let's go in and find boom, 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 podcast hosts. Easy. But check what we can do now. So now we have our brand new influencer search. And now we can look through Instagram as well as LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. All right.
Mm.
So I might say, okay, let's do this. Let's go into New York again, just for fun. So in New York, there we go, New York State. What I want to do, and now we open up our filters here. I want to find everybody that talks about real estate investing. Okay. Now I want only people who have got 10,000 followers and above. I want people whose age is a particular range. I want people who get specific engagement. I'm looking for the people with the audience. Okay. So I want to show you what kind of data we get here. So I'll leave this quite broad just for search. And then I want to show you this. So now if I'm a realtor and I can reach somebody whose whole channel is about real estate investing, now I can get on their podcast or onto their interview, or I can do an interview with them and I can speak to their audience. All right. So with one connection to Douglas, he's got 224,000 people that follow his every word. Dolph DeRue's absolutely a huge influence down here in Australia in the real estate space. All right. So I might say these guys look great. Let's again go and have a little bit more information about who they are. So I'm going to say, great, go and find me some more details about these guys. I'm going to click on enrich, and then I want to show you what we're getting in the background here. This is brand new in the Lead Gen AI system. This is available for you immediately. So I'm looking for the little light up bit. There it is. Everybody just hold on. Check the information we can get now with our client. So not only can I get their Instagram, but I've now got their Linktree, YouTube, TikTok. I've got all of the different ways of helping. And of course, start investing in real estate. I'm in the right spot. Okay. But check out how they get average likes, how many comments they get per
Wow.
post, how many posts they make, what hashtags do they use when they post, what mentions have they got in there. Now these are all the actual posts that they've just made. So now if I'm talking I want to get on their podcast, right? I want to see, are they actually talking about the right thing for me? I want to look at their interests. These are the audience. Their audiences are interested in friends, family, clothes, shoe bags, hands, toys, children, fitness, yoga. This is analyzing their social media and showing what their audience is interested in, so I can make sure I'm speaking to the right crew. They've got brand affinity here with Walt Disney, Apple, Nike. Sounds like a good fit for me. Right. What is the age of the people that are following them? Who follows these people? So if I get onto who am I talking to? I've got Douglas. If I get onto Douglas's radar and Douglas posts about me, look who else sees Douglas's post. Sean sees that, and he's got 11 million followers. All right. This one has 5 million. These guys, if I can get Douglas to post about me, these guys have got the reach that I can expand. What else we got?
So now
Guys, is
you're
anybody
tapping
going?
social media in addition to tapping the business or the person. Now you're tapping their whole social media life.
How about it? Guys,
Mm.
can anybody else spell NSA? This is where you can literally get all of the information. And if I want to reach the right people, and again, this is what we teach with Pipeline Pro and with the Lead Gen AI system. What we teach is it's not about the amount of people you can reach. It's about the quality of that connection,
As I
right?
say, decision makers, right? Can you get to decision makers? Can you get to people who can make a choice, not just a name, but an email address, a LinkedIn profile, a social media presence, a physical address, a company name, employees. I mean, the data can get pretty heavy, which is why you don't need a lot of leads because they're
Right.
quality leads. You don't need to have 50,000 leads a month coming in. You can have 1,000 good ones, 500 good ones, 200 good ones.
Loving it. Loving it. So, guys, and there's just one more last. We've done a bit of an update in the what we call our ideal client profile or ICP. Just a bit more AI work in the background there. So I'll do this one just as a last step. In our AI tools, you can come in here and load up your business. So I've loaded up some demo data from, I think, strategic coach Dan Sullivan's program there. So once the business knows about who you are, it can now do an ICP suggestion. So this is AI looking at your business going, okay, based on what you've told me, these are the companies you should be looking for. You should be looking for entrepreneurial development, strategy and planning. You should be talking to business owners, entrepreneurs, and strategic planners. You should be focusing on these industries. You should be focusing on this company size. And now we can do one-click search. So if I want BDMs or business development managers, I can literally go one click and start that search straight from here. And I can chat to this. I can say, focus more on, I don't know, logistics companies, right? And this will then refine this search and continue to suggest for me new markets that I can go into. So not only am I able to find the details of those markets, I'm able to ask the AI system, give me more. I need a different angle. I want to approach it a slightly different way. And this will now come in and go, okay, now we're looking for different people here, healthcare, e-com, education, finance. We're starting to see what we can find that connects with our business in there, and you're getting those new suggestions. So, guys, everything that we're adding to the lead gen AI system is for you. Our job is to make sure that your business runs easy. That's what Pipeline Pro has been all about forever. And we're just so thrilled to be able to keep bringing this latest stuff to you, keep advancing this AI so that you can take it and you can grow your businesses using Pipeline Pro and with our brand new lead gen AI system.
Looking great, Walt. Appreciate that. I'm going to jump over here right now and talk about if you want to learn more, next steps, right? If you want to connect with an advisor, I have a couple slides I want to show right here. Let me open this up a little bit here, guys. Let me jump off video. There we go. Cool. Here we go. Okay, so we have a website built specifically for Pipeline Pro members to book a complimentary strategy session with a Pipeline Pro business advisor at leadgenai.info. I'm also going to open up the program overview, and I want to show everybody here. And Amir, is this on the page too? They can download this
It
on the
is, yes.
page?
Yep.
It is
Yep,
good.
it
Okay.
is.
So real quick, I won't go through each page, but there's about a 5 or 6 page document here, overview on the whole lead gen AI technology that Walt just went through. But now we have a complete done for you setup if you want it. We call it the accelerator. And basically what that is a 6-week custom lead gen AI sales system build in which we'll go in to your business and build out this exact system specifically for your business. It takes about 6 weeks. There's setup that has to happen from an email domain compliance standpoint so that you get the best sending, the best deliverability, but you're also doing it compliantly. We're also going to warm up the email addresses, and then we're also going to help you gather. I think we're doing 500 leads for you inside of the accelerator. This is a 6-week custom build. And then depending on how you want to run lead gen AI system for yourself, there are 4 packages here. Totally up to you what you want to do. No price points are here because we'll have you meet with a business advisor and talk through that. But we have a platinum enterprise level, which is totally done for you. 15,000 leads a month, by the way. Leads credits per month. Huge. We're also doing a weekly e-newsletter for you to long-term nurture your emails. We're also doing an AI chatbot installation on your website. So I won't go through each of these lines. You can download this down below. Premium is 5,000 leads a month. These are more established business owner packages. And then down here, we have 2 self-management packages. One is 1,500 leads credits per month, and one is 500 leads credits per month. And you'll see right here that business leads, consumer leads, and influencer leads are at different, they cost a different amount of credits, right? Influencer leads will eat up more credits than maybe a business lead would because that information isn't readily available. But lots of live training, private members area, and the ability to have all of this done for you, or for you to be able to do it yourself and just run searches exactly like you saw Walt doing 2 seconds ago on that previous page. So that's key to know. And then last thing I'll point out before we do some question, talked about the overview here. We talked about the accelerator, the custom lead gen build, which you can learn more about at leadgenai.info, or booking a call is for Pipeline Pro members. We are now including the marketing automation suite with the lead gen AI sales system. So normally marketing automation suite at Pipeline Pro is between 97 and 297 a month. Really just comes down to how large of an account you have, how much data you need from a text and an email standpoint. So our base marketing automation suite package is included with any lead gen AI sales system program, which is pretty cool because you are going to need email and text and outbound phone calling and pipeline management and calendars and automation to really make this run fast, to make this smooth and efficient. So we've been able to bundle now an award-winning Inc. 5000 CRM with a full-on, full-scale, as you just saw, lead gen AI sales system. You'll learn more about that down below at the page below as well. So if you're already on the marketing automation suite, that can become free to you. If you decide to be on a lead gen AI sales system package, if you're not on the marketing automation suite, just know it will be part of the lead gen AI sales system. And this has really been the separator for us, everybody, is being able to put all this inside of a CRM, inside of Pipeline Pro, so that again, you don't do all that work that Walt just did to then have your leads sitting on a spreadsheet and you don't know what to do with them. The fact that we can, with 2 clicks of a mouse, feed that data into the contact manager, into a pipeline stage, and automatically, if we want to, Amir, you and I were working on this the other day, we have automated emails going out at scale right now, where when we bring leads into our lead gen AI sales system, we're doing it now where thousands of leads are being communicated with on a weekly basis. So a lot of this can be automated. Some of it's manual. I think what Walt did with the searches, I think that is, Walt, you can tell me if you agree also. I think that what you just did, there's some labor there. But boy, oh
Yeah,
boy, look how that pays off because of how much data you have when you go reach out to a prospect, right? So there is some work there, but that eventually, I think, talk to this for a little bit over time, that becomes less and less because the AI and the bot is starting to learn your business, but it's also starting to learn to write like you write. I think the important thing that I want everybody to pick up here is that all of those emails, all those LinkedIn messages are being written for you by the AI tool. You aren't sitting there
correct.
going, gee, I wonder what I want to say to this guy. I'll cut and paste this and add this and do this one by one by. No, no, no. It's AI blanket approach. So getting the data is half the battle. The other half the battle is properly communicating with the data because you have enough information. Really, there's 3 pieces of the puzzle, and then having a tool like Pipeline Pro to actually be able to communicate with the data at scale. And that, to my knowledge, there's no other platform that has the combination of those 3.
Love it. I love it, guys.
Amir,
And
anything you want to add or any questions you may have on, really on the demo? The tech, Walt, was awesome. Anybody have any questions in particular? B2B, B2C, influencer. We didn't even really mention domains, Walt. There's a domain search there also. There's really 5
Yeah.
categories right now. And groups are coming, right, Walt? Groups are
groups are
coming.
coming. Yeah, groups where you'll
Yeah.
be able to
So
find all the Facebook groups that have your targeted audiences, the LinkedIn groups, and that kind of stuff.
yeah, the
So
Facebook and the
fun stuff.
LinkedIn group thing is huge. It's probably one of the biggest features of social media today is groups. And if you can get to a group, that's an incubator of people. So if you were, I saw something about real estate mortgages in the chat. So if you were marketing to, I don't know, mortgage brokers or real estate brokers or insurance agents, there are a lot of those groups on Facebook and Instagram where there's people who are just networking and hanging out and doing best practices. You could have access to that group. That could be hundreds or thousands of people in your target audience in one shot. Groups is coming out next.
Yep, absolutely. Can't wait. You guys hear it first as well. We're also working on autopilot mode. So as
Okay.
Andrew said, we've got there's a little bit of work to do that search, but we're working hard on autopilot mode so that lead gen AI will actually just run in the background for you and constantly send those
So
qualified
it's doing automated
leads.
searches for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, so it's
Working on it.
eliminating some manual legwork now.
Working on
Interesting.
it. Working on
Love
it.
it.
We'll get it
Love
there.
it. Well, this was the 2.0 preview. We
Yeah.
talked about what was new. We talked about what's coming. Amir, any specific questions we can address in the chat?
I think Andrew Walt, as always, has done a great job in addressing all of them. I would like to mention one particular thing where I know during these demos we can't cover each and every single aspect. That's why we have multiple live trainings every single month for all of our Lead Gen AI members within our community, where we specifically drill down on one particular target. As a matter of fact, the last one, Andrew, we did an entire training on just the AI tools themselves, on how to perfect, how to add the prompts and all that sort of stuff. So that is another added value once you're inside the Lead Gen AI ecosystem.
Yep, love it. And last thing I want to show here before we jump off is all Pipeline Pro members, of course, are in the Pipeline Pro members area. This is how you get access to your lifetime license, and this is where you get access to all of our resources. We recently built, actually, it's been built for a while, and you won't see this if you're not a Lead Gen AI sales system user, is this section wouldn't show for you like it does for me now. But we now have a dedicated spot of our members area with an open chat forum for discussion. We have our training archive right here. So everything we do live is also recorded. We have a help library here where we're constantly adding new videos. We'll probably add this one. We have a resources section, and we put an event section in here, which means our live trainings. We're usually doing about 2 to 3 per month, as well as dedicated support. So the Lead Gen AI sales system has gotten its own dedicated support, own dedicated members area, and really dedicated training, because training on AI and lead generation and cold outreach, there's a little bit of sophistication. I don't think a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but we're on top of it, and we don't want it to get bundled in with Pipeline Pro tech because it's a very different kind of tech. AI lead gen tech is a little different than Pipeline Pro. Calendar tech and pipeline tech, right? That's our foundation. This is now our cold outreach program. So separate team, all dedicated to you being successful with driving hundreds or thousands of leads per month via Lead Gen AI into Pipeline Pro. So you're in great hands. As always, when we put a program together, we're constantly looking at as much training, support, and engagement as we can so that you get the most use out of any tool that you use. But Lead Gen AI, I think for many of you, will be your main driver, unless you're going to go out there and spend $1,000 or $2,000 a day on Facebook ads. If you're not willing to do that, because that's how the game is played today, 50 to 100,000 a month on Facebook ads or 20,000 a month on Google, great. But allocating the time and putting staff in place, whether it be a VA that we can help you get, or whether it's us doing it for you, or whether it's someone on your team doing it for you, or heck, maybe you're a one-man show and you're doing 10, 20 outreaches a day. I mean, that's 20 a day times five, 100 a week. I mean, Amir, I mean, if for 60 to 90 days you were reaching out to 10 people a day, 50 a week, 200 a month, I mean, you'd have to be fast asleep at the wheel to get no responses from cold outreach at the
Yeah.
tune of 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 over the course of a few months.
Yeah.
No different than going to the gym and working out,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're not going to go once or twice. You're going to go 4 days a week consistently. You know the exact days. If
Yeah.
this becomes a regimented routine, cold outreach. I come from the world of cold calling, right? Where we only had a phone and a stack of leads. Those days are over, thank God. It's still cold calling as a concept, but it's way more strategic with
Mm-hmm.
email and social and Pipeline Pro tech and AI features. I mean, I would love to have been cold calling today with all these tools than I was in 1995 with no tools, right? So this brings, this puts cold calling on steroids, but cold outreach is a lot more graceful than picking up a phone and getting hung up on, right? So fortunately, you don't have to do anything uncomfortable. There's just time, commitment of time. X amount per day, 10 a day, 5 a day, 20 a day, right? X amount per week, X amount per month. Over time, you're building a list. Don't forget, everybody. You're building a database. Even if you put 100 people into the Lead Gen AI, and into Pipeline Pro in the next 2 weeks, and nobody responded and nobody was receptive, that's 100 people
Yeah.
that you can have constant nurture,
Yeah.
emails, weekly. We're doing weekly e-newsletters for you at our premium and platinum service level, which you can learn more about when you go to leadgenai.info. But when you have a database and you're building it little by little, you're building value in your company, right? No company really gets too far without having a big list, right? List building, database building is really half the battle with the company. You can't just sell things all day long. You need to be building lists and nurturing those lists. That's how you grow long term. That's exactly what Lead Gen AI is to a T.
And that's exactly what we're doing as well. And we practice what we preach. We're using our own tools for ourselves as well. Pipeline Pro, Lead Gen AI. We build our own lists. We do our own ads and everything, but we're building our own lists. We're targeting them day in and day out through automations, through personalized,
That's
reach.
right.
So we're doing it ourselves as well within
Yeah, and
our.
I can tell everybody here, Pipeline Pro is basically running at this time a platinum done for you package where this team, our own team, is running our own cold outreach through Lead Gen AI and Pipeline Pro.
Yep.
We're doing 10,000, 20,000. I mean, we're doing it at scale as a large company.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be you, but you have options to do it at scale, or you have options to do it at a few hundred here, a few thousand here. The key is the tech and the tool is working big. The key is you have access to any decision maker in the world.
Hmm.
And the key is you have Pipeline Pro tech to communicate and organize that data, second to none. So the good news about that is you can go, boom, blinders are on. I don't need to look at anything else. I don't need to get distracted. Heck, I don't even need to go on the internet again this year. I don't need to look at social media. I don't need to look at any other tools because I've got everything I need in Pipeline Pro. And now I have a lead generation AI tool that basically is bringing the best of AI and the best of lead gen all under one roof. And now it's blinders on and go. I truly mean that. Blinders on and go with one piece of tech with the lead gen AI add-on, and you can be dangerous, and your competition won't know what hit them. Walt, anything you want to close off with? I appreciate you doing the tech piece as always. Great demo, great little example of the influencer, the B2B, the B2C, groups coming, influencers are in place. I mean, it's just getting better. Tech moves fast. It's getting better by the quarter.
Yep, and we can't wait to bring you more. And as Andrew said, going to the gym, you're not just going to go once, you're going to go again and again. And
You're
here's
going to
the
build
key, though.
that muscle.
Here's the key. You're not going to get any results unless you go. So now we've got the gym, we've got the equipment, we've got the tools, the machines, and the best programs on the planet. You got to turn up. And now when you turn up, you've got all of that backing right behind you. So guys, let's go. Let's get in there and get it done.
Absolutely. Great way to finish 2024 as we head into the fourth quarter here at the time of this recording. Leadgenai.info. You're probably on that page right now. Details down below. Book a call with an advisor. No obligation, no cost. We don't do hard pitches, guys. If you've been around for a little while, we usually have a waiting list for people who want to utilize some aspect of lead gen AI. So we don't really have to hard pitch anybody. Just like with our custom conversion stuff, we only can take on a few per month. We don't have to hard pitch everybody. We have a meticulous process and we get major league results. Same thing with lead gen AI. Book a call. Spend 30 minutes with a specialist just to get all the facts, learn more, look at the different price points, look at where an investment might make sense or where it may not. No stress, no obligation, no pressure, no cost. Just have the facts because without leads, you're not going to have much of a business over the long term, right? At some point, you got to be able to say, hey, listen, we're bringing in 100 leads, 200 leads, 300 leads in a month, or there's not going to be much happening the following month, right? So leads is where it's at. It's been the biggest request we've had in the last 5 years in Pipeline Pro is, hey, is there any way you can help us get leads to put into Pipeline Pro tech? Well, we're not really in the lead generation business. We're in the business of organizing leads and helping you close more sales by having the right tech in place. But in 2024, we made it happen. We now are able to drive leads and drive decision makers. Obviously, you driving the ship into Pipeline Pro Tech for you to have unlimited leads and for you to have unlimited conversations with decision makers. So make it happen, get the facts, hop on the discovery call. Walt, thanks for jumping out. Amir, thanks for coming on with the tech as always. Kyle, I know you were out there as well, and we will see you guys soon.
Take care, guys.